The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on.
Dzięki za rajdzik, Tofora.
The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way.
Dzięki za follow, Karemej.
All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military.
O kurde.
I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness. Just what did you see here?
Misja z 17. Zobaczymy, jak daleko do tych misji jest w końcu.
Okay, enough talk.
Trzeba to przejść.
Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians. so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Okej. No dojedziemy, moi drodzy. Czekajcie. Widzę, że kamerka coś świruje. Sekundkę. O. To powinno być lepiej. Ejo. To muszę zrobić, bo chcę tutaj do F22A dojść. Dobra, rozpocznij misję. F35C. AM. Części są dobre, lecimy.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
A dlaczego mam grać, Sowa?
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs.
They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandon Tango 2-3?
Something's not
Cześć,
right.
Lennon.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own.
Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Osean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
No to lecimy.
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Muszę pierw...
These are Ocean.
Unknown successfully identified.
We're under attack.
No to super.
Our air support is here.
Fox 2. Updating latest on Tyler Island?
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run. Friendly birds. We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Their artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side.
Vehicle confirmed
No.
destroyed.
Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can.
No to gratulosy będą.
Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Statki trzeba rozwalić. Pierw statki. Halo, 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 halo. A! Cholera, znowu za szybko wystrzeliłem. Pierw zidentyfikujemy.
Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
Launched.
I've just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ soon. Shoot us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to release the children from Papa Barry.
Dobra.
Target eliminated.
No pursuit too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until operation feeding time. Move them away from the mass driver. We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible. If you lose your legs, then crawl. You can surrender when you lose your hands.
Target acquired.
Musimy swoim siłom pomóc.
We're moving out. Leave the cat behind. We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. Get the wounded out of here, hurry! If you let them through, we're as good as dead!
Holender!
I count 12 dead bodies here. We did see upper middle class. Paperwork nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Delta.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Help me! Gather all the wounded together.
Myślę, że chyba bardziej logiczne od 19 by było, wiesz?
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
Our guys even took out the enemy air support. What do we do now? Send in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Tak myślę. Tak myślę, co nie? No chyba, że ktoś w wcześniejszej godziny chce, nie wiem, złapać alkohol, co nie? Oj, 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 oj. Ale mi się oberwało. Cześć Casey. Cześć Tiger Bonzo. Tiger Bonzo, kochasz mnie? Szczerze, cieszyłbym się, gdybyś był kobietą.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood. Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Target hit.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way there are! Almost there! Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Armada Bogis? Gdzie?
ID complete.
Ała!
Strider 1, missile launched.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all. Trigger, boss, get over here quick!
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time. Missile hit.
No do cholery.
Scram 2, locked on target. They've taken out many of our aircraft. Use extreme caution. Scram 2, detected enemy missile. Scram 8, behind my target. Scram 2, Fox 2.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Don't finish the 101. Work together to take them down.
I'm on my target's tail.
Intercept those bombers.
Trigger's down!
Na! No bo to jest gra arcade'owa, to nie jest... To jest zręcznościówka, to nie jest symulator. Od gry zręcznościowej oczekuję z symulatora? Halo! Tak, jest. Wewnątrz jest widok z
The boots
kokpitu.
on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Calling friendly burns! Take out the hostiles in our area! Get us out of this hellhole! We need help while we're still up and running! There's more over here. Bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fighting. With that, they're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes.
Strider 1,
I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it. Damn, those Erusian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
Just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ soon. Just give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least with the children of Providence area.
Permission to take back the mass driver. It's a supply ship at the munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
This whole operation is crazy. Stop fighting.
Dobra.
Target locked.
If you need 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle is destroyed. Let's get out of here. It's a lock on you.
Let's get moving. Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point. I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until operation feeding time. Move away from the mass driver.
Serio? Przeżył?
Missile away.
Target destroyed.
We can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something. I count 12 dead bodies here. There seem to be other
Kalender.
street points nearby, so they could be researchers and their family. Most likely, they were involved with Delta. Our guys even took out the enemy air support. What do we do now? Get in the tanks! If you let them through,
Allied retreat looks good.
can you hear us? We're taking
Okay.
fire from multiple enemy tanks!
Serio? Nie trafił? Domik, fascynuje, jak wolę polewać na to?
Ambush!
To cię trzyma!
It's fine if we
Stary.
take a little damage. We need to finish this fight
Nie
now.
każdy musi lubić każdą grę.
Target is down.
We're down to less than half our vehicle. This isn't looking good. We need help. Bring all the injured. Get in the landing craft. Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood. Strider 1,
Chodź ty.
missile launched. Target hit.
Ale latało się fajnie. Jak na strzelankę.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
We're outnumbered. Taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back. Come with us. The enemy agency from there.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
We're moving out. Leave the dead behind. We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
An explosion inside.
A,
Continue the countdown.
mówisz kawer? No to super. Chyba.
There's still one arsenal bird left. We can fill it full of bombs, then Arussia will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply
Chyba
ships.
super, co nie?
Maintain we're down for.
Speak up. The artillery fire sent a number on my hearing.
Cholerne rakiety.
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Target acquired. Missile away.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies. There's no way they're ours. Almost there. Commence operation no return. These are on good. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
No nie zniszczę tego czołgu do cholery.
ID complete.
Lecimy. Tam to trzeba zniszczyć. Mówisz? Serio? Nawet nie chcieli kasy za ten? No to super.
Visual.
Like an eagle. Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts. Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers, or they'll flatten our allies. Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Heads up. These reinforcements are elite.
To są bombowce. To trzeba zniszczyć.
Strider 2, enemy behind you.
Locked on.
This is Brandy. Attack is needed.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. Launch control. Confirm launch readiness.
Ała!
Operation feeding time. Launch control, roger that.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Ten został. Bombowiec.
Enemy on your back.
Cholera!
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
They've taken out many of our aircraft. Use extreme caution.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Controls are responsive. Detecting. Good luck.
Jest ta tutka.
No source. The enemy pilots outclass us.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Okej. Gdzie jest ta tutka? Tam jest tutka. Cześć Bossman, cześć Berry.
Back. Strider 1 is hit. Shots and flares are running low. Intercept those bombers. All enemy bombers have been destroyed. We did it. Continue with your mission.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop.
Po kolei was tutaj wszystkich muszę.
Fox 3.
No.
Push him back. Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Missile away.
Jak moja opinia, bardzo dobrze się przy grze bawię.
Wired.
Szczerze powiedziawszy, nigdy nie grałem w te odsłony tych gier. I dla mnie to jest pierwsze podejście do Ace Combata. I dobrze się bawię po prostu. Dobrze się gra, przyjemnie. Nie jest to symulator, tylko arcade'ówka, co nie? Ale fajna misja, fajna fabuła. Kampanię ogrywam właśnie i muszę powiedzieć, że bardzo przyjemna jest kampania.
Where's our damn air support?
You're low on special weapons. Target is in machine gun range. Cyclops 2. Fox 2. Strider 1. Fox 3.
No. Niż DCS? Co to jest DCS? Bo nie wiem. Że ktoś może mi wytłumaczyć. No. Digital Combat Simulator. Tylko chyba porównywanie, nie wiem, symulatora do gry zręcznościowej, która polega na czystej zabawie i lataniu, to chyba, no, mija się z celem, jak dla mnie osobiście.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Erusian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
We have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help these refugees.
Count me in.
That's right.
Okej. Łap 6,5.
All hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We've destroyed all of the targets.
Tylko wiesz, seria Battlefield nie polega na symulowaniu samolotów i tego, tylko pola walki, czyli większość jest piechota. Więc wiesz, wymagania od tego nie wiadomo czego jest dla mnie też wyssane z palca, szczerze powiedziawszy.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she?
No kidding, sir. If he was taking this to the enemy's doorstep, not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here, attack right here!
Lancaster, we confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. 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 Caution. Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Muszę się pozbyć samów. Tak, możesz. Jak najbardziej możesz.
Watch it, enemy has a lock on you. Hurry!
Get moving!
Good job! The enemy tanks are close. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
They're not refugees. They're criminals.
Serio?
Make them stop singing!
Damn it.
That's them. All aircraft.
Ja mam
we
tak,
just
jeżeli
updated
chcesz
your
grać w
threat matrix
symulator,
via data
odpal
link.
sobie
Take out those
symulator.
targets.
Takie mam.
Don't miss. We
No.
don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Dobra, trzeba się pierw tymi zająć, tutaj widzę.
Watch it, enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Good job! The enemy tanks are close. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
Missile.
Aaaa! Oj, przestań jęczeć! Koset. Księżniczka.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties? Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
A ci dalej śpiewają.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah,
No.
that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
Poszło.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it.
No lecę przecież.
3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
O,
Remain
F-35.
on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
If we're too close, we'll get caught up in the explosion.
The target's using cloud cover to hide itself. Don't worry, we know where it's heading.
Jedna wystarczy rakieta?
The missile hit its target. Everybody, keep a safe distance to avoid getting caught in the explosion.
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down.
Oż ty!
Tag, but these guys have a head start.
The Ocean pilots are chasing the supply ship hard.
We've recalculated the remaining time. 90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them.
The missile hit the supply ship dead on. Strata 1, target acquired.
I was expecting this to be easy if all they could do was fly fast.
Ah!
60 seconds remain.
Locked on bandit.
Jest! Woohoo!
Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. This thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
No.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island.
Co ty tam dałeś mi za
Taking the
linka?
refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
No, fajna
Ran
miejscówka.
into the tanks with the smoke canister. A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened.
Prędkość przelotowa.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
This is Tango 2-3. Pursued by multiple...
Okej. Dzięki za follow, Kalikurini.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress.
Can't say I blame him.
Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either.
The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Balkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
Serio? Chcą to zniszczyć? Głupia księżniczka.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Firbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. Well, we can't use all our aircraft to attack. The transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Nie wiem, nie brać tutaj jakieś zasobniki naziemne? Nie jestem przekonany co do tej misji. No, według tego tak, kamperus, tylko wiesz. Jak się to skończy, no. Cześć, Krystek. Pójdziemy tak, w ten sposób pójdziemy.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
Serio, Krystek? Okej.
No Ocean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin.
Dobra.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position.
Ow!
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Jak Bond?
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
What are you talking about? They already are firing on us. The enemy's confused.
I know.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Our anti-aircraft weaponry is down by 30%. Why are we
Szty.
attacking this base? We're all out of ammo. Don't give up.
Serio? Boże, jedyny, a te latają sobie w kółko i nic sobie nie robią. No co za...
Target's in machine gun range.
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military?
The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vaslij, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
Our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Mi się podoba Rich. Chociaż niektórzy pewnie będą narzekać, że to jest typowo zręcznościowa gra i nie ma symulacji, wiesz, nie ma przeciążeń i tym bajerów szmerów, wiesz o co chodzi. Mi się dobrze gra.
Target locked.
Tank is destroyed.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
We're unable to use the SAMs! Help me!
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Okej.
Target destroyed.
No jeszcze tutaj dwie APC-tki.
Shells now come down.
No to jest dobra gierka. Przyjemnie się gra, jest nawet tryb multiplayer, żeby było śmieszniej.
Coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies. Shit!
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
Hurry up with takeoff prep.
That's Shalaji Castle.
Damage report.
Already. Pay for what they did to our scouts.
Take in both civilians and refugees without
Cholera.
discrimination. Get away from the stone buildings and take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Jeszcze 3 rakiety mi zostały.
In gun range.
A! Czy szybko cena spadnie? Ciężko mi jest powiedzieć.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Attack missed. Target locked.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
I've been spiked.
All of our infantry fighting vehicles and tanks are gone. Chain reaction. At least stop it. The SAM is out. We're running out of ways to strike back.
Hands will lock on you.
Taking evasive action.
Cholera, z czego to oni są zrobioni?
Locked on bandit.
Why can't we hit our target? We're turning half of our forces. The battle won't last much longer. Let them have our lives. As long as our nation stands, the young will carry on.
F-16C.
Enemy on your back.
Fox 2.
Strider 3 launching missile.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town is of high cultural value. It's unfortunate we had to bomb it like we did.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son
Dobra.
about.
Nie wiem, ja się zajebiście przy tej grze bawię. Wczoraj grałem 9 godzin. Dzisiaj streama zacząłem od tej gry.
Negative. This battle's over if we don't get up there. Along with hope of restoration.
interceptors are in the air.
All right.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
No.
Squadron airborne. Keep the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood. You are in violation of Shalaji airspace. Turn around or we'll be forced to shoot you down.
This is the Ocean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you to be talking so tough after losing one of your leaders at Fort Monty.
You bastard!
You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit.
Holender. A ja ci dam, dziadzie.
Target was not struck.
To jest jakieś pogięte.
Fox 2.
Soul Squadron, move Snowbird's leader to King.
Roger. Enemy has a lock on you.
Bandit has a lock. I got a stubborn one on my ass.
Let's finish him before King gets here.
Locked on Bandit.
Holender.
Working in unison.
Pod streamy, no ja chcę tą grę po prostu przejść, wiesz, bo mi się fabuła mnie wciągnęła po prostu. Poza tym fajnie się gra.
Don't let him get under your skin.
I'm out. Ejecting.
No.
I hope he's okay. Bailing out under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's pray he makes it to safety.
3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger. Wilco.
Righto. I've got a sitting duck here.
Holender. To jest Normandia.
Target acquired.
Prosto w czółko.
Need to buy ourselves some time.
Locked on.
What the hell do you know about Wiseman?
Fox 2. Warning. Enemy has a beat on you.
Don't underestimate them just because Mr. X isn't here. Enemy on your back. Target locked.
No do cholery.
I've got a sitting duck here.
Legion pilots are known for their skill. Let's leave this fight to them.
No.
Been hit. He's ejected. Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time.
No i tak rakieta boom i no.
As expected, but a lucky shot would be boring.
Some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a railgun.
Strider 1. You have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090. Straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from enemy aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I'm not that person.
Zajebiście. Aaaa!
Unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack. Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting alone.
Yeah.
Not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy. Hey look, it's like the sky's been sliced wide open. The experimental unit probably made themselves a new toy. Someone to guide us. I can't think of anyone other than you.
Cholera.
Being together with Yuuhi taught me something. Drone fighters don't belong in the globe. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies.
What the fuck?
Strider 1 has been hit. Are you alright?
He's flying, but if he takes another hit, it's a miracle you're not in a million pieces. Not bad.
Oh.
This weapon is not enough to take down 3 strikes. This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it. There are pilots like you in every generation, and I've failed every last one of them.
Jak Su wygląda? I ta muzyka.
Strider 1 scored another hit.
He's still flying, but his plane's been damaged. Finish him off, Trigger.
Oh!
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
He got him. Trigger has splashed a bandit. Can you hear me, pilot with the 3 strikes? This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
Pięknie ta gra wygląda, naprawdę. Nie, tam jest limit rakiet.
The resupply... Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the XO-2 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. A solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory'd been converted to a production line for Erusian drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside, the princess stopped and just stood there. Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat. He was trying to use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took a data chip and threw it on the ground. Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's holster. She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip. Later, I found out that the girl with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters. They were also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago. Know any Belkins? Because this guy was a Belkin, and they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs, along with developing hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkin, born and raised. My country is gone now. Rather than surrender to its enemy, Belka detonated 7 nuclear weapons on its own soil. My people scattered around the globe, living in the shadows of other countries. We had a new purpose: to breed wars. The theory was that through war, we could achieve our destiny and our revenge. I had just finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came in. She destroyed the only copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it. The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work, even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then, for all our sakes. Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was afraid to look into the girl's eyes. She knew that by encouraging her people, she kept the war going. Mihai and his granddaughter were victims of it, and now they too were paying the price.
Is this for Belka? Or for Erussia? My grandfather had only one wish, to continue soaring through the endless skies. That was the only place where he felt alive. But I don't even have a country to call home, let alone the sky. The Black Forest, the lake, they are no longer mine. Even though those lands were once cherished by my late mother. We have to learn to put that sense of nostalgia behind us and behave like mature adults.
My homeland. She's right. It feels so far away now. The woman with the rifle approached me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary Ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
We must destroy the factory.
This isn't the only one. There are more facilities just like it, and the 2 planes containing the data will be manufactured at one of those facilities.
So, this place runs on solar power that the space elevator generates, right? How about the others? We can destroy the space elevator and cut the power to them. First things first, let's take this one out.
I'll show you which locations to target.
I stood there, thinking about that mural by the factory's entrance. Harling commissioned it to be painted. I realized that in the background, behind the dancing figures, the artist had painted several space elevators. I understand now. The space elevator wasn't designed to exploit Erussia after all.
Good. And afterwards, we'll bring down the space elevator itself. No matter why it was built, right now, it's the root of this chaos.
I wonder.
Yes?
I wonder which path you would choose
Cześć Mario.
when looking at Harling's mirror.
Cześć Kas. Lighthouse.
Let's get the briefing started.
We've done enough air operations. Just let us go home.
There's no path for us to get home. Whatever direction you fly, it'll be right into a hail of enemy fire. Earlier, we received a communication via the partially restored general network. Here is what it contained. Apparently, the Erusian radicals have gathered around the space elevator, as it's a source of energy. Give the warmongers a powerful energy source, and you give them the luxury to keep on fighting. In response to this, people from both Osea and Erussia have joined forces, and will take down the final arsenal bird in a saturation attack from the air and the sea. Once that's achieved, they'll take the space elevator from the aggressors.
Has the source been verified?
It could be fake. I hear you. Take a look at what's written at the end. Hey, dumbass. If you want to bring the world back from the brink, go to the lighthouse. You can see the future.
Dumbass? Sounds familiar.
It certainly does. It's from those guys we met in Tyler Island, the 444 squad. It's a message to all those looking to end the war. But I also think it's a message for Tricker.
Guess we'll do what it says.
Okay. Well then, I'm thinking we go roast that damn bird.
Looks like we're all on the same page. It's time to end this war. Time to fly, guys. Let's go get that arsenal bird.
Okej, czyli dużo powietrznych, walka po powietrzu. Drzewko samolotów. F-22A. Raptor! Nie mam pieniążków, żeby to zrobić. Co to znaczy super samolot? To jest super samolot. Nie.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
Linka dał. Dlatego. Linka dał.